And welcome back to part 6 of What If Naruto Ate a Double Fruit, the Pika Pika no Mi edition. So, there's not much house cleaning. I will say, a lot of people brought up the fact that double fruit can still work in water. It's just your stamina's drained and you sink like a rock. So, but I'm sure, someone brought up the Arlong Park arc, which I'm currently on right now. So, where Luffy was still able to use his powers in the water. Okay, I mean, if that's canon, that's canon. It does. I just hear that and I go, well, that kind of makes double fruit not. Yeah, sure, you can't swim and it drains your strength, but as long as you've got a fruit that's good in the water, like especially a Logia fruit with an element that works, it's kind of a non-factor weakness at that point. Like again, I think it's the Hia, the ice fruit. Basically, that's just sheer cold. Just freeze the water, which I know they've done. The Magu no Mi, yes, yes, magma will, solidify and turn to stone eventually, but magma's so hot it will burn underwater too. So, like a Kano's devil fruit, in theory, can give it an advantage in the water. And I would imagine the Pika Pika no Mi should work in the. But here's the thing: the Pika Pika no Mi is a very unique case in this, or a very unique fruit in this case, because water doesn't just. Water wouldn't just weaken Naruto to the point where I would say he can't even use his elemental like his Logia form. Water actually not reflect, although it can reflect. It both reflects and reflects light. Water is displaced in light. So, and refraction is another thing we haven't talked about with Naruto yet because it hasn't been brought up. But things like prisms, for example, they don't reflect, although there is somewhat of a reflection of light. They refract it. They actually disperse light in different ways. Hence why when you put out like a clear prism with a light, it actually shows rainbow effects. So anything that could refract light would actually theoretically split Naruto into pieces if he's not careful. And even though Logia users have a lot of durability thanks to the devil fruits, they still need to be careful about, bodily harm. Hence, fruits that have a different advantage over them. Anyway, I digress. That's the only thing I wanted to bring up. I don't think there's much else to say. Someone did say I'm trying to not make Naruto broken. And that is true. I'm not. I am trying to keep Naruto not broken. Yet. But he ate a broken devil fruit. He's still pretty busted for this point in the story. Case in point, let's move on. So, we would get to the point where Itachi and Kisame are entering the village to try to get Naruto. Now, they have probably heard some minor rumor. Oh, by the way, someone brought up how no one's made the connection with Minato yet, or even called him the Yellow Flash of Konoha. I could see that name coming about a little later on. Like, Naruto still isn't, not a lot of people knew Naruto had that power yet. That's part of it. I think, though, once the Chunin exams have ended, which they have, the idea of calling him the Yellow Flash of Konoha might happen again, or the second coming of the Yellow Flash is maybe a bit more of an apt name to give him. Regardless, Jiraiya is right, I'll help you find a Tsunade, but I want to take someone with me, and he has to take Naruto with him. Now, Naruto isn't really caring to come until Jiraiya offers to teach him a cool jutsu, which obviously would be the Rasengan here. Then I heard my dog get up from the bed upstairs. So they go off. Again, nothing about the interactions really changes. Kisame and Itachi still still mess up Azuma and Kurenai. Guy still scares them off. Kakashi still gets put into a coma. All that. The changes don't start to occur until Itachi and Kisame find Naruto. And Naruto goes to the door. All right, I'm coming. And then Naruto, we're going to have to ask you to come with us. Now, Naruto is powerful. In fact, he'd still give both these guys insane trouble. But we are now looking at levels of ninja similar to like the Orochimaru, who probably do have some. I mean, we know for a fact Itachi had close to light speed level reaction speed in Shippuden because he reacted to Sasuke's lightning attack. And lightning, while not as fast as light, obviously, is I think supposedly a third the speed of light. It is fast. So that was the other thing. Someone said I'm thinking of hypersonic speed. I know exactly that I'm thinking of hypersonic speed. I'm just not using the term. I'm just using more percentages in terms of people who aren't light speed but do have reflexes that can at least react. Kisame and Itachi are both ninja that in theory can still threaten Naruto. Especially Itachi. Like, we talked about whether or not Genjutsu can work on Naruto. If Naruto is in his Logia form, his pure light form, well, that would be debatable whether or not Genjutsu can actually work on him, because it's ocular based, it's affecting his brain. His brain, though, is also made of light. So the neurons and reactions and things like that might not work the same. But even still, if Naruto's not, that's the big thing. If Naruto's not in his Logia form, but he maybe shifts to Logia, he might be able to snap out of a Genjutsu. But he might get placed in a Genjutsu if he's not careful. Legitimately, Itachi didn't do that. Naruto was freaked out at that time. Which begs the question, is he now? He looks at him, sees Itachi, and sees that this is Sasuke's brother. Oh, and like he can tell, this guy's not someone to screw with. So he is already on edge. He's like, and he even with his abilities, he can tell this would not be easy. And so he's slow to move. Hey, Itachi, maybe I should just cut his legs off so he doesn't wander around. Fine, but be quick about it. Itachi! And then obviously Sasuke shows up. Sasuke, don't! I've got, and then Sasuke tries. I lived my entire life hating you! This is over! This is where it ends! Boom! He's like, no. It's like, Sasuke! And obviously, Naruto, I think Naruto on instinct would go after Itachi, because I was like, what? So the rumor's true, this kid is fast. And then Itachi, on reflex, barely is able to get out, like, ah! I was like, you stay away from him! I was like, you Naruto, you really are. It's like, so it's true that they say, Naruto, you really can move at the speed of, you really are a light in the darkness, aren't you? It's like, I'm the light of Konoha! No, I'm the light of Konoha! Konoha's #1 hyperactive ninja! Naruto's a Maki! Believe it! And he's about to go after Itachi, for Itachi, not using Tsukuyomi, mind you, puts him in a Genjutsu. As Naruto just, it locks eyes and like, you should not, word of advice, Naruto, you should never make eye contact with an Uchiha. And he's about, what's this? As like, Naruto, you and Naruto, just like, I gotta move, and he like snaps back. He's like, I got him, Itachi, and then he snaps back on reflex. And he's able to snap out of it. What was that? He broke out the Genjutsu. How was he able to do that? Just by movement. And Sasuke again, he's like, don't worry, little brother, I haven't forgotten you. Do you know? But you want to know something, Sasuke? You will never be able to kill me. You don't have enough hate, and you know what? You never will. And then he puts him under the Tsukuyomi. Sasuke! And I said, put him down! And Naruto just, on instinct, just, boom, makes like a couple dozen orbs of light. Like, huh? Puts up Samehada. And he blocks it. He even gets hit. Itachi also gets the next. There's like those, and because Samehada is huge. So he does put up to block the incoming attack. But so fast, again, so fast. Samehada can't absorb this. What? That wasn't chakra. What was it? And Naruto's just like, stand down, Naruto. You did it. You're not doing a bad job, but let me take it from here. The Jiraiya is here! Oh, you fools think that I would fall for the grace of some women. Women fall for me. It's my specialty. Where the hell have you been, Pervy Sage? I told you not to call me that! And so, obviously, Toad Mouth Trap! And summons the Toad's stomach. And they have to hightail it out of there. And it's like, Naruto, don't move. And so he uses Amaterasu to get out. And, I see. Seals the flames away. Guy shows up, cracks him in the face, takes Sasuke away. There you go. And so Jiraiya begins to teach Naruto how to use the Rasengan. Shows it off to him. Obviously, he's not really all that pissed off when that stone ninja tries to screw with him. He's like, I was once the sphere ninja of the hidden stone village. Don't care. like Jiraiya, not impressed. Honestly, Naruto wouldn't even be that impressed. So, again, takes the balloons, and Naruto begins training. Now, because this is... Naruto maybe tries practicing also with using the light for this as well, and he finds he can do it. He can pop it, no problem. He can essentially make the Rasengan with a ball of light without too much difficulty. But that's not what he's trying to do. He's trying to make the Rasengan as it is. And the problem just comes down to he just doesn't really have chakra control to do it any more effectively than he does in the original here. Because this Devil Fruit really isn't... It doesn't a lot. Now, with something like, say, the Mera no Mi, because of the nature of that fruit, I think it did give his chakra a little bit of a natural affinity towards making the Rasengan because of just the way fire acts versus light. Um, so so it's easier with something like the Mera no Mi, but it's harder with the Pika Pika no Mi, like just because the light is just very different from fire, which there's a natural element for in Naruto. So with that said, Naruto, I think, has the same levels of struggles he does, although he does probably go into Logia mode at some points to do the technique, and finds it maybe a little bit more easier to do that because his body is mixing his chakra with his light-based form. So maybe maybe it takes on kind of like a sparkling, almost like a universe in a hand kind of look to it with stars in it. Still, Naruto would struggle till near the very end. Nothing major comes about that. Tsunade, basically, they find her. Nothing's changed about her here at all. So Naruto basically says, I don't care if she is an old woman. I'll knock that sneer off her face. You want to step outside, kid? And they're ready to fight. It's like, one finger's all I'm going to need. Right. It's like, which Naruto's cracking his neck. It's like, right, of course it is. And she comes at him, about to flick his headband off. He's just like, uh-huh. And it's like, you're really going to have to try harder than that, Granny. And he actually tags her hard. Boom! She, what? What the hell? Because I warned her. Naruto's probably honestly too much for her to handle. What? You're saying that kid's stronger than Lady Tsunade? Not exactly. It's just his abilities make it. His abilities are something she's not really cut out to deal with, which is true. Between all three of the Sannin, Tsunade is the only one who probably would outright lose to Naruto because she just doesn't fight in a way that could deal any significant damage to light in his Logia form. Anyway, she'd have to catch him off guard when he's not in Logia form. And even then, if he's trained in it enough, he can do it on reflex. So anyway, she's just struggling as he's just zipping around the battlefield, just cracking her. Eventually, I could see her getting his reaction and getting his patterns down, even though he is unpredictable, and eventually kind of holding her finger out, like flicking it in a way where she creates like a gust, and it just kind of just throws him off. It's like, Brett, I don't know how you're able to do that, but it's going to stop right now. And she cracks the ground. It's like, what makes you so picky about Hokages anyway? Because unlike you, I admire the Hokages. It is my dream to be like them. To be a Hokage. That is my dream. He tries to use the Rasengan for a change, and she just cracks the ground again and destabilizes him. But he maybe zips, even with an imperfect Rasengan. Having this fruit means that he can just, and he actually almost succeeds in hitting her, but she's actually able to dodge it, luckily. So she barely is able to react in time, but still barely. And he kind of is, and she, kind of grabs his headband or something like that off of it, and she's kind of like swinging around. But inside, she's like, "That kid really landed some shots on me. Holy crap! What is he?" I was like, "Why would you teach that kid a technique that he'd never be able to master?" Well, I think he's getting there. He's getting there. Just wait. I'll have a technique down in 3 days. Yeah, right. I'll take that bet, kid. I'll even throw my necklace, but if not, I get everything in Froggy. Which, by the way, kid, Tsunade, that's how low you stoop that you were literally betting against a kid who you thought you had a clear shot to win against and taking his money. Like, that's just pathetic. It really is just pathetic. Tsunade, when we meet her, is no joke. She grows actually to be a much better character, particularly when she grows in that fight with Orochimaru. But let's not mince words. Tsunade was a pathetic person through and through at that point. Don't care what kind of excuse you give for the stuff she went through. There's people who frankly went through a lot freaking worse and were nowhere near as pathetic as she was. She gave up. She was pathetic. But again, she got over it. She improved. So there you go. Anyway. So again, Naruto practices the Rasengan. Again, I think maybe the Pika Pika Mika helps a little, especially if he's doing the technique in light form. But overall he's still struggling. That being said, when they show up on the battlefield with Tsunade, to help Tsunade, this is where we'd have a really big difference here. Because Naruto is like, Jiraiya, and Orochimaru doesn't smile when he sees Naruto. He's like, Naruto. Even Kabuto, because Kabuto didn't interact with Naruto. This isn't the same interaction they would have had initially. Like at most, Naruto recognizes Kabuto from the exams. Hey, you're Kabuto from the exams. What are you doing here? Naruto, I see. So you're here as well. No, Kabuto, do not take the boy lightly. Finish him quick. Because Orochimaru now is in a bad way. If Naruto went up against Orochimaru now, he could straight out kill him. Because he doesn't have the full roster of techniques yet that the Pika Pika no Mi allows, but he can create energy attacks, move at the speed of light, and Orochimaru is without his hands, which means he's without the bulk of his techniques, and he's in extreme pain. Naruto, if he truly wanted to try to do this, could end him outright. But after finding out Kabuto's a traitor, it's like, no, you're in over your head, kid, even with your abilities. Nah, it's like, now I'll show you. It's like, and Naruto makes clone, his left side's injured. I'll go after that. And then Kabuto's like, ah! Now, Kabuto has good reaction time. Because that's how I'm defining how these fights go, is basically the other guy's reaction time, how fast they can react to light speed of moves. I do not see him being a light speed level. Like, even Orochimaru might have light speed-esque reaction time in part 1. I don't know if I could put it at true light speed. Same with Hiruzen. But they are two of the individuals who could possibly deal with Naruto. Jiraiya would be another one. I do feel confident he's at least somewhere in that ballpark. But because we definitely get light speed level reaction speeds later on. And again, I know they're mostly in the hypersonic, but even hypersonic and lightning level reaction speed, which definitely Ninja have. They definitely have lightning level reflexes, lightning level plus. It means that they're within a percentage of the speed of light, which means relativistically they could, in theory, react, especially if they're boosting themselves. Kabuto, however, is not one of those individuals. And Kabuto immediately realizes, I'm not going to be able to take him. I got to get, before he even say, I gotta backtrack. Naruto just comes in and just, Uzumaki, blinding mirage! Just, and Kabuto just has to, it's like, but take this! Boom! Basically just boom, blade explosions. Like, even Jiraiya's like, then again, maybe not. It's like, let's see how you like that. And Kabuto immediately had to do the healing move. He had to immediately start healing himself, otherwise he was fucked. And even then he's like, that really wasn't good, Naruto. Lord Orochimaru, how do you want to answer this? Get back here, Kabuto, now, retreat. And to which he gets back there. How are you all right, Kabuto? I'll have to be able. You told me about his speed, but I wasn't prepared for him to be here. So yeah, so Kabuto is not in a good way now. He's able to kind of heal himself up as best he can, and Tsunade's now seeing this kid as he is, like this, how powerful he truly is, and it's like, you can't hide from me. It's like, wait, Naruto, I know you want to show off, but this is not the time. I was like, I'll deal with Orochimaru. This is personal. And Naruto's like, fine. Like, and then obviously Kabuto helps with the summoning jutsu and the great swamp technique and the three snakes. They get attacked, but Naruto quickly just, on instinct, just makes a fan of light and just cleaves it in half. Don't worry, I got you guys. Just hurry on helping Granny Tsunade. And she's actually seeing not just Nawaki and Dun. She's actually seeing a brief shot in her mind of Minato, because she knew Minato. She had to. If Minato was student of Jiraiya, she must have known Minato. Which actually makes the question. We don't know, because we assume Orochimaru and Tsunade both were senseis at one point, what their teams looked like, if they had any. We assume they were, but we just don't know what their teams were like. Anyway, so Naruto's kind of like taking out the snakes real quick. Naruto's going to be a problem. Indeed he will be. Without my arms, I don't have any real course of action to deal with him. Allow me, Lord Orochimaru. Now that I know what his attacks are going to be like, I think I have a way around it. It's like, are you certain? Trust me. And, Kabuto disappears. And I think what happens is he does what he does to Shizune, where he surprises Naruto by coming up and grabbing his feet. And Naruto's like, my legs! Now, again, we do have to ask the question, and I think it is possible that when Naruto goes into Logia, or when any Logia user goes into Logia form, does that immediately just heal any wounds they have? I think the answer is technically yes, and Kabuto's not aware of this. So and Naruto goes down and it's like, no, Naruto, you just sit right there. And it's like, right there, and behaves like, you bastard! And Naruto's like, yeah, you. It's like, why don't you? How about you dance while I sit? And he just fires light, and Kabuto gets shot. Damn it! It's like he can. I should have realized he'd be able to fire. Or worse yet, Kabuto hits him in the legs, pulls him down, and then grabs his arms like, ah. And now you shouldn't be able to be moving your limbs at all. At this point. Kabuto's going in for Tsunade, only for Naruto to be like, and he flexes his Logia form, and it more or less heals him up. It's like release Granny Tsunade! It's just like, and comes in, and he just tags Kabuto, just grabs him as he was starting to beat on Tsunade and Shizune a bit. Just, help! I took care of yours, and then Naruto just flashes his arm into light. He's like, yeah, you're not going to be able to take care of me that easy. And he's like, now get ready, Granny. It's time to pay up on our bet. And he makes a clone, because I think that's the way somebody does the Rasengan here. Though, ironically, he can just do a light version of the technique, where it's just a round orb of light he fires. And, he creates a contain, or was it, can maintain the chakra, keep it moving forward, and, boom, Rasengan's Kabuto. He tries to grab Naruto, but again, Naruto just turns to the light and just, he's fine. And, he hits Kabuto. And Kabuto, again, might not be dead, but now he's already used a lot of chakra in this case. He's in trouble. So he might be down for the count. To which Naruto... Now here's the thing. You would think, well, Naruto just snipes him and kills him. Naruto's not that cold-blooded. Like, Naruto has killed before. Not at this point in the series, mind you, but Naruto has no problem killing like a giant snake or an animal, but killing a person? Well, he's certainly shown the resolve to do it. He actually has a very low body count when it comes to the series. A lot of other people have a much higher body count than he does. So Naruto is like, go, you guys take care of it. I'm gonna go help Kirby Sage. That's a Kabuto, and then Tsunade finally, I think she can stop the shaking, not by losing her fear and protecting Naruto, but seeing the value in Naruto's like, I'm just gonna, just once more, I'm gonna choose to believe. And Jin just, it's over. And then she just pops him like a grape. Meanwhile, Orochimaru sees like, no! Me too. And then Naruto gets back up there. And it's like, no, kid, I told you to say, sorry, Kirby Sage, but you're still struggling with this guy. And he's like, yeah, Naruto, damn you. Naruto, I swear I'll find a way to kill it. And then Naruto's just finally... See, Orochimaru's the one where I think, because he knows that he's after Sasuke, might not hesitate. Nope, and then he just makes the clone. This is over! As a Uzumaki style. And I think Naruto's actually got a lot of anger. I can see even maybe a little bit of the fox coming through here, just the eyes. Those eyes! The Naruto. It's like, Uzumaki art! And I want to try to pick this name out correctly. All the clones basically, you could say, might try to fire on Orochimaru. Oh, no. Remember that move I just had him do with the snake, where he turns his hand basically into a giant light fan and just slices it through the snake's head? Imagine that, multiple Narutos, and basically doing this weird Jenga kind of puzzle, just a weird mismatch of light coming here. So, puzzle box or death. How would he maybe put this technique? Let me know if you can think of a good name for this technique. Again, the idea is that all the Narutos are spaced all over the place. Their hands are into light fans, and they basically just skewer in every direction. It's kind of like the idea when you see like a laser grid in the movie slice someone in half, they kind of just fall apart, except now it's all over the place. And because it's Naruto, the light fans merge into one, like just giant construct. So Naruto does this, And basically, again, I'm going to think of the name at the end of it just so I can keep going. And Orochimaru does not have any way out of this. And it's because Orochimaru could take the beating from Tsunade, no problem. He could take even getting hit by like a lot of powerful attacks. Dismemberment, disfigurement, and dissection. That's what this is. Dissection on this level with this Orochimaru. Good night, Irene. He got nothing. So Orochimaru falls just as meat cubes onto the snake. As the final snake is killed, and Orochimaru and Naruto has won the day. It's like, holy crap, the kid actually did it. Sorry, Tsunade, I know you wanted it. No, I don't really care. I didn't. Truth be told, didn't matter. He had to go down, kid. Amazed you could actually get that done. And to think you actually pulled off the Rasengan too. You really are something impressive. It's like, ha ha. And Naruto's like, ha. Although, and he's like, because maybe there was some Fox Chakra channeling in there as well. And so he's like, yeah, but oh man, I am beat. I think I'm gonna take a nap for a few days. Because yeah, even Naruto, that's gonna put a lot of effort in there. So afterwards, Tsunade just says, "No, shut up. You know what you have to call me now. What, the fifth Hokage?" And so it's like, "You want to take this outside, brat? You might mock me, but one day I'll be Hokage." And then she just cut. Instead, this time around, he's about to move, and then she thunderclaps and says, like, "Wah! What?" It's like, yeah, him. And she's like, "Oh crap!" And Naruto's almost about to go to the light form until he and she just gives him a kiss on the forehead. It's like, "You be a great man and grow to be a good man and a great Hokage." It's like, "You bet." And so they head out. And so she helps Sasuke recover. Sasuke's now pissed off, and he's gonna want to try to fight Naruto on the roof. Which I think that still very much happens here. He feels inadequate. Unfortunately, Sasuke is going to get his ass kicked. Naruto initially is starting off, slow. It's like, I'm not going to go well off from the beginning. Sasuke, come on. To which Sasuke does beat his ass in straight hand-to-hand combat. But as soon as Naruto just goes, poof, fine, you want my best, you can have it. Naruto starts to obliterate his ass. Sasuke tries to use Chidori. And by the way, yeah, the chakra scalpels, like I said, still, because it's pure chakra, versus just, a standard, like I said, pure chakra attacks or elemental chakra attacks that match the element are the things that I think can get past Logia in this world. So he kind of just, so Naruto actually might still be injured with his legs, which is why he can't necessarily move at speed of light automatically. Anyway, I digress. So Sasuke brings out the Chidori, and Naruto is just standing there waiting for the attack. And because of the way it's a natural energy and the way lightning chakra is, I feel like that might be the one other thing that gets past Logia, even Logia that might, except for the Goro no Mi. That one would be immune because that's your pure lightning at that point. Anyway, Kakashi stops Sasuke and throws him into the water tower. Yeah, and he comments like, "Sasuke, what were you doing? That's not the kind of, were you really trying to kill him, Sasuke? That's not the kind of attack you aim at an ally." And so Naruto also is like, "I try to warn him." And it's like, "Yeah, and Naruto, I get it. That's enough." And so Sasuke still is even more livid because he didn't even try to stop Naruto. Naruto was just standing there waiting for the attack. Truth be told, that might have hurt Naruto given what we've determined for Logia user weaknesses. Yeah. That's where I think we're going to leave it because the Sound Force are going to come. He's going to go. And so Team Sasuke Uchiha mission is going to have to go underway. Now, I still think also Neji probably has his growth arc, so that's good. Now, that name of the technique, would dissecting glare or dissecting photon, dissecting photon's not a bad name. Or photon dissection. No, photon dissection rhymes or rolls off the tongue a lot easier. So you know what? I like that name. Photon dissection. Let me know if you can think of a better name for that technique I used to kill Orochimaru here, but photon dissection I like as a name. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll see you for part 7 next time. Later.